Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lauren from Lady Lauren Explorer, and today I'm going to tell you about some books that I read on KU that I think need a little bit more hype around. So let's get into it. Starting with The Favor by Susan Wright. This book, okay, so let me tell you the background for why I decided to read this book. There is a book company that is doing a special edition of this book. I saw it on my BCS group and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful edition. I just never read the book. I don't know if I'm gonna buy this book, and what if I don't like it, like the actual plot of the book. So I just bought this book for how beautiful it is, but I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna like it. So let me just read it first and then buy it if I like it. Let me tell you, I didn't even get 1/4 into the book before I was like, oh no, I'm buying this book. And I'm buying the edition that's signed. And that same hour, I bought that book. Bought that special edition. And then that night, I got notifications from my BTS group saying that people were ISOing the book because it sold out, and I was like, I'm happy I got my book. The Favor is a marriage of convenience between a CEO and his PA. She has been his PA for a couple of years now, and she's the only PA that has lasted as long as she has, because she is a no-nonsense kind of person, and he is an a-hole. But he needs to be married by a certain time or he won't get his half of his inheritance. His other brothers, because he's the oldest, have already married, mainly because they want to have their inheritance. And if he doesn't get married in that time, then his inheritance gets split between his two brothers who are already married. So he comes up with this scenario to his PA and saying, hey, you're my PA, you're the only one that stuck around. You know what I like, you know how I am. And everyone around us thinks that we're together anyway, or it's going to be a matter of time before we're together anyway. So I need to marry you. She's like, no, 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 it's not going to work. And then he calls in The Favor. And it's their romance together. It is so good. It's so good. I was very happy to have read this. I would have never read it because of the cover. That cover does not appeal to me at all. But the plot was there, and I loved it. Next is Mile High by Liz Tomford. I hope I said that right. I know this one has already had a ton of hype, but I still want people to read it. This is a hockey romance between a hockey player and a stewardess who happens to be a twin of a famous basketball player. Our hockey player, he is Black, he is a beast, and he is great at hockey. They start their relationship as a little enemies to lovers, because she's sassy and he gets sassy with her. It's so good. It's so good. There is a little bit of drama in there because of things, but I love it. It's just so good. And also he's a godfather, and his godfather things are just so cute. It's so cute. And I love their little banter together. Their banter is so nice. And she likes volunteering at this abandoned dog shelter. She's holding up my own heart. I love dogs. I mean, I don't know if you can see him, but he's on that side over there sleeping. That's my printer. I love him. But yes, it's amazing. I really liked it. It was very juicy. He's dealing with problems himself because he has problems with his family that he is also settling into in this book, and he deals with it. And she has problems with her mother. It's a lot. I love it. and I hope you do too. So this next one is Hat Trick by Mandy Danielle. This one, if you don't know what hat trick is, basically doing scoring 3 times in one game. That's a hat trick. I think that's how it goes. I keep thinking of like a hat trick being what, like in football, like European football. So our heroine, she just gets notified that her ex-boyfriend is engaged. So she's still dealing with that trauma, basically that mental trauma of your boyfriend being engaged, well, cheating on you, and the girl he cheated on you with is now engaged. So she decides to go to like this like Christmas festival or something like that. And while she's there, who happens to be there? Her ex-boyfriend and his fiance. But they then tell her they just got married like 20 minutes ago. So now that's the wife. Oh, the mental anguish that she was going through was horrible. But who comes to her rescue? This very handsome, bulky, nice man. And he says, like, he tells them that that's his girlfriend they're talking to, and who are they? They introduce, and then her ex-boyfriend realizes that he is a famous hockey player. And, you know, just to rub it in a little bit, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm a hockey player. What's up? But they walk off, and she's like, she doesn't know who he is at all. She just thought that he was a handsome stranger helping her out in that situation, which, great. That's a great situation to help someone out, because that, what she was going through in her mind was crazy. It was like, ah. But anyways, so he asked for her number, and she gives it to him, and they have like a little nice sporty banter together. But then she realizes that he's a hockey player, and she wasn't going to go for it at first, but she does. This then turns into a why choose romance, because at first it's just him. Then he realizes that his good friend likes the girl he wants to be with, and he realizes along that way of realization, he also realizes that he would like to see them together in a sexual setting, and he's not getting jealous. Then we get a cocky player. He is just, he screams cocky, like he has the world in his hands, and technically he does. But he then gets brung into this whole entire mess. It's super good. They have to do their dynamics, because she goes to their places a lot. They go to hers. There's miscommunication. There is drama between all 3 of them, mainly 2 of them. Other siblings get into it, and we'll get into their relationship as in like happiness for their sibling. Then the blowout happens. There is some angst in here, but the tropes for some of our boys is the quiet one, the golden retriever, and the bad boy. And when I say angst, I mean angst. One of them is dealing with really heavy family drama, stemming from their parents to drug addiction, to death. Then we have one whose father just like basically uses him a lot to bring in other clients, and how he is trying to get out of that space. And then we have Golden Retriever, who is golden retrieving. But this is really nice. It's really good. I really liked it. It was great. Just saying. The next one is Aaron's Patient by Tiffany Patterson. This is an interracial billionaire romance. This was so good. I actually read this because I had read one of their sons' books before. I think he's a twin. He's the first twin of them. Then I realized that I wanted to know their story. So once I finished his book, I read their story, and I love their story better than his book. But that's just me. But this happened. She is our heroine. She's a lock-wearing Black woman. Love that. Love her lady locks, because she's been wearing locks since she was little, and she still has them as an adult, which is great. But they meet each other when she is 14 at her father's business meeting. And her father and his father are really, really good friends. He is a lot older than her. I want to say like when she's 14, he's like 21, 22. But she is a book lover. I love that for her too. She meets him. She sees how like handsome and stunning he is, and she has this like instant attraction to him as a crush because she's 14. When she's 19, they start a relationship, and it's nice. He treats her like he's never treated anyone else, so she realizes that. He indulges her book collection. It was a great piece of them together. Like I love that interaction between them. Then something happens, and we find out that she was the other woman. When his fiance comes into her house looking for him, he then breaks her heart, and she decides to move away, start anew. She hardly sees her father. She just moves to a new place. It's either 7 or 9 years later, but she had twins. She is a single mother just trying to make it. She's a librarian. And while she is at a conference in Chicago, she goes to a sex club with her best friend, who's also a librarian, to meet her best friend's fiance, who happens to be at this club, Aaron. He sees her again after all these years, and he knows that he is going to have her again. And he has her that night. He makes sure she gets on a plane the next day, and for a couple of weeks, he doesn't say anything at all, but he was just gearing up to like get her again. Think about it is, something happens and have them meet again, and he then impromptu meets his twins, a boy and a girl, and he realizes that they're his children, and he makes her an offer that she can't refuse, because if she does, she won't have her kids. So basically, he blackmails her into marrying her, and that's their romance. I loved it. It was great. I really want to have this as a physical copy because I want to annotate it. He is very intense. He's a very intense person. He's also, if it's not my way, then we're not doing it at all. She's very sassy, and she's not a doormat. She will fight her battles when she needs to, but she will not take anything lying down. She makes noise when she has to. There's also suspense in here because someone is stalking her, and she does not know it. He doesn't know it until it's too late. This was really great. Please read it. So the second to last book is part of a series that I've been talking about on my anticipated reads for months, but it's the Brighton High School Reunion series. This is an anthology, but it's going to be like, it's different authors writing different stories about these students, and it goes to their then to the past. And you find out like what all they were going through or what all they had challenges with in the past, and then they have their reunion. These are basically all second chance romances or first chance romances. So for this one, this is Selling the Score. This is by Lyric Nicole. This is a MFM. This is twins. And this is Bully. When they were in high school, the twins were on the football team, and they used to bully our heroine. She's sassy. She was not taking a lot of things, but what they didn't realize, or what they somewhat realized, is that some of the things were hurting her, but she would not let the bullies see it happen, like see how it affected her. They were super, super mean. But the twins also have another side to them that you don't see until they tell you about it later on. And especially since in the past, this is a dual perspective or a triple perspective, because everyone has their own chapters. You see what the twins are going through, being peer pressured to bully her to stay on the team. Then we have her. She is a volleyball star. She has torn her ACL. And she just won gold in the Olympics and they're replacing her. So she has to find a new job. She just got done with physical therapy. And the only job that's offered to her is back at her hometown. So she takes it. While there, she runs into her two nemesis. This was really, really good. This is very quick. This is their quick love story. I liked it. It was nice. I wish it was longer and more in depth, but for what I got, I really did enjoy it. And last but not least, I just finished it today, is Hate You by Anna Shea. This is an enemies to lovers romance that is a football romance. This is like super cute because this is neighbors. So he is the heir to a $1 billion business, but he's going to school for football. He's her next door neighbor. They've been neighbors for the whole entire 4 years they've been together. They dated, or they went on one date in freshman year that turned them into enemies. And you realize, like, you find out like what actually happened towards the end of the book, of like why he did what he did on their one date that made her hate him. But it's not hate. It's like hate-filled sexual tension. This was so, so good. So for the past 3 or so years, almost 4 years, he has made her life hell, and she has too. He has made her not a pariah, but off limits to every guy on campus. And every guy on campus knows her name and knows that she can't be messed with because he has made it happen. Every person knows that. She is off limits. Every person. He runs off all of the guys that want to talk to her. It's so cute. I know that's toxic. It's so cute. They had a horrible prank war. It was so, so, so good. So good. But basically, this is their hate love coming together, but they both like each other. And it's so, so good. The prank wars, the tension between them, and how he gets under her skin by using like sex with other people, and how she's a voyeur when she like realizes that he's having sex in public, and she'll watch, and then he'll text her talking about how was the show. Yes. And how, but there is a bigger aspect of this, because their neighborhood is getting bought out, or trying to get bought out by this company, and she doesn't want to lose this house, this dilapidated house, because it's her nan's house. It's the only thing that she has left of her nan. And so she doesn't want to sell it. What we find out is that he is the heir to the company that wants to sell it. So that's one challenge. Then we also have a fiance challenge that she finds out something, and then it triggers their breakup. But he is not having it. He's just like, okay, well, yeah, you can break up with me now. Like, I'm still on your ass. I won't stop. So you can, I'll let you chill, but I'm still coming for you. You're not leaving me out of this. We're doing this together. I love that for him. I love that for him. But also, he's a little kinky, sir. He uses cock rings a lot, and he has a piercing down there. So a little kinky. It's like, also, yes, it's extra. I'm just like, yes, sir. Bring it to the bedroom, sir. But yeah, that is the reads that I read for KU. I hope I entice you to read some of them. I do, like I said, these were like the ones that stuck out to me as like I really want people to know about and I actually liked. But you can tell me some of your reads down below too, so I can look them up. I have so many on my, like, I have a list of KU reads. It's like over 100 now of books that I need to read that's on KU. So I can just take them off and see if I want to like the physical copy of them instead of buying outright and not liking them. That's just me. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this. My name is Lauren. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Sunday. So please be subscribed so you can get notified when I've uploaded. And I hope to see you in my next video. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are, and bye.